How's it going, everybody? My name is Ryan45678 and welcome back to the 1976 Honda MR175 Elsinore. So in this video we are finally going to start putting the bottom end back together. What you see here is the right side crankcase, and what we're going to be doing is putting bearings and seals in this thing, also the other side as well. I went ahead and vacuumed this one because I'm going to do it first, just because it was all dusty from sitting so long. I need to do the same with the other side half as well. But yeah, before we get started, don't forget to leave a like on the video if you end up enjoying it or find it helpful. Subscribe to the channel for more projects, especially on stuff like the MR175 Elsinore. And as always, if you want to support the channel, there are affiliate links in the description below, and also some normal non-affiliate links to CMSNL where you can get parts for these kind of bikes. Okay, so before we actually do anything, there's a couple things I need to do first. One, like I said, vacuum this case so it's not all dirty when we put it back together. We also need to kind of figure out which bearing goes where, and then put the bearings in the freezer, because that's called sweating in the bearings. You freeze the bearings, they shrink, heat up the case should expand, so that way you get the fit that you need. So let's open these up really quick. This has got to be the main bearing, pretty sure, one of these. It might actually be on the other side. Yeah, it's definitely for this one. It doesn't look like to me it matters which way it goes. Someone was saying in a video that it does, but the retainers don't. This side's a little bit rounded, but so is this side. So I think they're exactly the same. Ooh, and it looks like I'm starting to get a little bit of rust in there or something, dirt, I guess. So I need to clean that up before we put that in and put some oil in it. All right, and as far as I can tell, these are different. I think this one goes in here. Okay, no, it doesn't. It's too small. This one is probably this main bearing. Yeah, right here. That's that for sure. So those are the two main bearings. These look not the same. Same size, different bearing. I'll have to look at my video and determine which one goes where, but one of them, I believe this one, goes something like this, but again, I'm going to double check because I don't want to get that wrong. And the other one, whichever one that is, goes in this bearing hole. And also, I can't forget this needle bearing. There's one in here. I didn't take it out because it's a blind hole. I definitely need to put some grease and stuff in there though. But that reminds me I need to put this one back in because I took it out. So I don't know if there's like a specific amount, like distance-wise, this needs to go in, this needle bearing, but it just kind of sits in there, I guess. So anyway, that is that. I'll have to look at the videos while I put these in the freezer, make sure I got everything right. Yeah, these also look about the same on each side. I don't think it makes a difference. These are packed with grease already. So yeah, let me stop rambling. I'll get these bearings in the freezer, get the case heat up with the heat gun evenly, and then we'll see if we can get some of these in. Alright guys, I'm trying something new. I've got a different camera angle with my good camera because I kind of want to get, mainly every time I go back and watch any of my videos, there's lots of times where it's like, it's physically impossible to have the camera here and do what I'm doing. You can see what happens. I need to look down, but the camera has to be like this if I want to get a good angle, and it's just not feasible. So I'd like to start trying to do this to get some better angles, so you guys can see what I'm doing, and some better quality, so you can actually see what it is. Because one of the things that I wanted to do with this project was get some detailed, full tear down and rebuild instructions, or not instructions, but video of the whole process, so you can see exactly how to do it, like, because if you don't have a manual or the manual doesn't cover everything. So anyway, I just thought I'd let you guys know that I'm going to be trying this out. And sorry if this audio sounds bad. I don't have my GoPro right now, but what I'll try to do is keep the audio from the GoPro, because it's a mic right here, and just use the audio on the camera to sync it. So anyway, let me go ahead and heat these cases up. The bearings have been in the freezer for about 20 minutes, And actually, before I do that, I do need to still watch and see which bearing goes where and what orientation. Alright, so we got the bearings out of the freezer. We're going to have to do this quickly, I think, or we'll lose our bearingness. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I mean. You got to work quickly, otherwise the bearings will heat back up. I did figure out which one is which. The one with the weird backing goes here. This is the main bearing. I'm dumb. I didn't even heat that case up yet. This bearing is here. It may already be too late. They're kind of warming up already, but let's try it anyway. And the case is kind of, I didn't get it very hot with the heat gun, just hot enough, I think. We will see. Of course, my fingers are stuck in this stupid scissors. Okay, so I know which way this goes. It's like this, and it supposedly is supposed to go to drop in, but I seriously doubt that's going to happen. Yeah, no. The case is not hot enough for that. Or something like that. Or it's not frozen enough. Alright, let's try that. No. Nope. That's not good. Man. This is not what I wanted. Supposedly you can hit it, but you might. I don't know that I want to do that. I want to get this thing out. That did not go as planned, so we're gonna have to try it again. Put this back in the freezer and heat this up some more. You're supposed to do it in the oven, but I'm not allowed to do that, and I don't really want to smoke up the house because there's oil on these. Tell you what, while we're waiting, let's try this bearing. I don't know how it goes in exactly because it doesn't have a place to seat when it's done. But if it's supposed to just drop in, might as well try it. So let's quickly heat it up and give it some. And you know what? I totally forgot this step as well. I was supposed to take a little bit of oil and do that. And sorry, I'm not doing the second camera because this is time sensitive. Let me just turn it on really quick. Yeah, so that should just drop right in, supposedly. No. Supposedly is wrong. Yeah. It's not going in. So we're going to have to try something else. Alright, quickly, before we lose anything, I'm going to just heat this up a little bit more. I'm going to stick that bearing in there. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. I should have brought the other one. Anyway, that's perfect. That's exactly how it goes. That's going to be fine. I just didn't get it hot enough, so. I'll turn the second camera on for the next one so you can see a little bit better. I just didn't think I had time, but I think I got the angle pretty good. So that is that bearing in. We need this one. I'm not sure how that's going to work because it doesn't have a slot, as you can see, like a shelf to catch it. It just goes in and it's supposed to be flush. That's as far as I know. Alright, let's try this again really quick. Doesn't look like it's working. Come on. Maybe we just need to hit it in, but I hate doing that. No, I'm not going to do that. Let's get this out. Okay. Maybe it goes in the other way. I seriously, well, it actually might, because it almost wants to. That might be what it is, and then you just have to whack it in there. Alright, so for the time being, I think we'll set this case aside, because we can heat it up pretty easily. It's not going to lose its heat anytime soon. We'll work on these bearings since they're easier to get in. So I'll just heat this up, and we'll get to it. Alright, so this bearing should be able to just drop right in, I think. to hit it in a little bit. No, I'm gonna have to take that out because dang it, I was afraid of that. I hate doing this because I don't think you're supposed to hit the inner race. But I don't have a choice, really. This is a terrible mallet to use. It's going to get rubber everywhere. Maybe I'll get that out and I'll try again. Let's try this other one really quick if we can. It may not work, but let's try it. Let's try it. Nope. Alright, it's not quite totally frozen, but I got the case heated up pretty good. Let's heat it up directly a little bit more and see if we can drop this bad boy in there. I think there's a point where you can smell like the metal is hot. It's the smell of hot metal, and I don't know how else to describe it. So close. Nope. Dang it. Alright, so next we're actually going to go for this one, because the other bearings, I think I'm not leaving them long enough in the freezer, because they're not getting frosty. They're just getting chilled. So I put that one in the freezer. It's pretty small, so it shouldn't have taken very long. I'm going to try and see if we can't get that one in. Alright, hopefully this goes in easy. No. Maybe it goes in the other side. Don't know. Maybe? Yeah, I think so. That didn't work too good. Here we go, here's a socket that'll fit around the entire thing. It's not going in great. This is probably a mistake, but it's a little late for that. It's not damaging anything, so that's a good thing. Just keep going with this. There we go, it's starting to go in. I don't know how exactly it's supposed to fit, but it's flush now. I think that's about how it was, if I remember right. I don't think it matters a whole lot though. I'll just go a little bit deeper if I can. There we go. Yeah, so that's pretty much just an interference fit, I guess. Oh, there we go. It's actually flush here. I'll also check the video and see what it was. Another thing is that this keeps coming back out. I don't think it did that time, but it did when I tried to get this one in. Well, looks like it's just going in. Dirty wood. We'll keep it up. probably what we're going to have to do with all of them. I don't know why that one dropped in easy and the others didn't. See how the sound changed though? The sound changed from pingy to solid. That means it's all the way in. So that's another bearing in. Probably should have just done that to start with, because that's how I got them out, and it didn't damage anything. So that's probably what I'll end up doing with this one as well, the main bearing. And I kind of like this this ugly little driver because it's cheap Chinese junk. These tend to twist off, but it fits right there. Gives a little flat surface, so you're not like having to balance on one end, and you're not damaging the inner race by banging on that, even though I know I did to get them out several times, which is stupid. But anyway, let's do this one. Yep, sounds like it's in. Alright, let's do this quickly on the other side, because I think that's what it takes. Ah, no. This side is smaller. I measured it. This is not going to do well though, because this is where the seal goes, and if I damage that, that's this is not fun. So I pretty much think it's going to have to go in on this side. I don't know. I hate this thing right now, but because no matter what I do, if I freeze it, it's not going to do it. It's not going to go in. This is probably what it's going to take. Sucks, but that's how it works. I think I'm going to switch to this socket, because that one, that cheap Chinese junk was starting to make flakes of metal, which is never a good thing. So I'm not going to bore you guys with the rest of that. I need to just carefully get this thing back all the way in. I don't know exactly how I'm going to know when it's done, but I'm going to get it as close as I can. Alright, so it's in, and I kind of lined up, because there's some gray marks to where the bearing used to be, shiny marks where it wasn't, and it looks like it's pretty much where it's supposed to be. I don't know how you know exactly, but it looks pretty darn close, so I think that's good. I'm gonna maybe do some more research and find out, but maybe it's also something to do with the seal, because the bearing seal is here. Yeah, because that's what we need to do next, is put the seals in. So let's see if we can do that. It may just be that yeah, because that's too far in. It's gonna touch the seal. Alright guys, so tell you what I think I'm gonna do. I went back and looked at the video where it took the bearings out, and it looks to me like this bearing is flush, and even back to the video before we took the bearing retainers out, it looks flush as well. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, is put the bearing retainer in, and then hit the bearing until it's flush with the bearing retainer. because this is obviously stationary. That doesn't even touch this. So when it hits that, I think it'll be in the right position and we should be safe. Alright, so let's get this bearing retainer in. I went ahead and tapped the bearing in most of the way back out off camera. So got these, I'm going to reuse the screws from this bearing retainer. So because I only got 2 new ones for some reason instead of 5. I'm going to pick the best 3. Cool, so that's going to be good. Get these in. I'm going to actually Loctite them because I'm not staking these. Staking was annoying. So Loctite it is. That's a lot. Anyway. Really all you need. And the last one. So while we're at it, I'm going to take, and just do the same for this retainer as well. So obviously it doesn't go there, it goes here. Just so we can do them at the same time, make it easier. Oh, that's way too much Loctite, man. Get it on this one. There we go. These are, I believe, the number 3 JIS, if I'm reading that correctly. JIS is Japanese Industrial Standard, and that's what these use mostly. Most of these screws are that, which will not work on Phillips. You round them off and strip the heads. So don't use Phillips. It's going. It's just not going very easily. There we go. I'm just weak. There we go. And now impact these with a big fat hammer. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, you don't want to go too far with these because they're going into magnesium, which is pretty soft. So taking them out, that's no problem because you're taking them out. But that's honestly probably good. This last one. There we go. They tend to, seems like they tend to, once you tighten one, the other comes loose. So, oh man. Yeah, that's pretty tight. check these again. They're not very tight. That should be tight. Nope. Alright, and we should be good with Loctite. Those will not be coming out. I'm not going to stake them, because I don't like taking out staked screws. Alright, oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys the part number for these screws, if you want to buy them. I don't know if that really matters, but anyway. What I'm going to do now is see if I can get this this bearing to seat against that bearing retainer. Yeah, I should have just been using a bigger hammer. I think we may need to heat that up. Alright, that's good, I think. Sorry I didn't show it because I figured you guys are probably tired of hearing me bang and watching me bang on stuff with a hammer. But anyway, that's all the bearings, bearing retainers. Now we need to do seals. So basically, that's much better because that's obviously enough to where you can get the seal flush, but then leave enough room to where it's not touching the bearing. So I think that's how it's supposed to be. That makes sense now. But anyway, let's see if we can get these seals in. You might just be able to push them. Alright, so I got it turned this way, so hopefully you can see it a little bit better. But I think what we're going to do is just see if we can get them in there kind of by hand, and then maybe tap, do this, tap along the outside lightly. I don't remember if you're supposed to have oil on a seal. I don't think so. Maybe. Let me look it up. That looks like a no to me, so tell you what, for this last part, I'm going to use this thing I was using for scraping this little piece of PVC and use it to whack it in all the way, because I don't want to hit the edge with, hit the case with metal. Yeah, so that's pretty much flush. It needs to go a tiny bit more, but I'll do that off camera. Alright, so real quick, let me show you what worked. Really the only thing that worked was this little socket. Just getting it right here. Just being very careful. Right on the edge, and it makes it flush, basically. It's almost there. Yeah, it's a little bit too much. Let me get my puller, I guess. See if I can fix that. Maybe not. Yeah, it's going to damage it. So I think it's fine. It's in there. It's not absolutely the best, but it'll be good enough. If I can get these others hammered in the same way, just so it's even. Yeah. I think that'll be about right. One more. Perfect. That is the seal, one of the main seals in. Alright, so this one should hopefully be a little bit easier. It's the magneto side. I might even just be able to do that by hand. Not quite. We're just going to need a little bit. Okay, it needs more than I thought. That's a good thing though, it means it actually will seal. A little bit more. There, I think that's perfect. Yeah, that'll work. That'll be an oil seal. So cool, that's 2 seals in. Alright, so these two, I think, are the only ones left. It's a little bit weird because the kit came with these as well, but I don't have anything that these go on. And I know for a fact there are only 4 seals that I pulled out. So this one for sure goes here. Should mostly go in with the hammer some. This one as well. This one looks a little closer to the bearing, so we'll have to be careful. You know, I hope this wasn't the wrong seal, but I don't think so, because it looks like it fits the exact same size inside and out. This is what we need, because I'm having trouble getting to the edge. You know what though, that is just touching the bearing. So I'm going to see if I can pull this side up. Like that. Anyway, I'll just lightly tap it until it gets where I want it, and then it'll be good. Cool, so that's it, pretty much. So yeah, that's it. I think that is it. That's bearings, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, well actually 5 bearings, and then 4 seals. So yeah, I guess that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something out of it, or at least found it enjoyable. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you did. Subscribe for more projects like this. And as always, if you want to support the channel, there's affiliate links in the description below. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.